You are listening to Connection Quest, where every episode is a heartwarming journey to unravel the mysteries of love, intimacy, and the art of meaningful relationships. Join Miku as he explores the real, sometimes messy, always meaningful paths to building stronger, more vibrant romantic bonds. Forget quick fixes. We're digging into the heart of connection, understanding, communication, intimacy, and growing together. Ready to deepen your relationship journey? Let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Connection Quest. I'm Miku Lane, your host. Today, we're delving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us: how we react to emotional triggers in our relationships and the art of responding instead of reacting. With me are two incredible guests. Let's welcome Sadia Blake and Dr. Bora Saik.
Hi, Miku. Hi, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here to chat about one of my favorite topics. Managing reactions and stress in relationships is a game changer.
Hello, I'm excited to dive into this. It's fascinating how the smallest triggers can lead to such enormous reactions in relationships. Yet, with a little insight, we can shift from immediate response to mindful understanding.
Absolutely. And speaking of insights, Bora, in your research on digital communication and relationships, have you found that our responses to triggers are different when we are communicating digitally versus face-to-face?
That's a great question, Miku. Indeed, digital communication often heightens our reactions because the lack of nonverbal cues can lead to misinterpretations. People may react more quickly online, spurred by misread tones or unclear intentions. This makes it more important to pause and reflect before responding, especially in text-based interactions.
And the pause technique Bora mentioned is crucial. In coaching, I always emphasize how a momentary pause can change the course of a conversation. Just stopping to take a breath can shift our mindset.
Speaking of pauses, Zadia, you've worked with many individuals who struggle to transition from reacting to responding. Could you share a real-life example of how the pause technique made a difference?
Of course. I had a client who was in frequent arguments with their partner over small things. They learned to adopt a short 2-second pause before responding. By creating that space, they started to see things from their partner's perspective, realizing it wasn't always about winning the argument, but rather understanding what's behind the words.
That's a powerful example, Zadie. It ties into something I often discuss in my work with cultural sociology: how our identities and habitual reactions are shaped heavily by past experiences. Being aware of personal triggers and cultural conditioning can really help in adapting our responses.
Speaking of awareness, Bora, how can one start becoming more aware of their triggers? I'm guessing it's not always obvious, especially in the heat of the moment.
Right, it starts with self-reflection. Journaling can be a great tool, documenting events that cause strong emotional reactions and then analyzing them later. It's about recognizing patterns and asking, why did I feel that way? Rather than simply accepting the emotion as justified.
Also, there's a technique called mindful questioning. When you feel a strong reaction, ask yourself 3 questions. What just happened? Why did I feel this way? And how else can I view this situation? It's amazing how asking the right questions opens up our thinking.
In the quest to build your love, remember that connection starts with comfort. The kind of comfort that makes you want to stay in bed all day with your person. That's why I'm excited to share my latest discovery, Cozy Earth. Their bamboo sheet set is an absolute game changer. They're often called the world's softest sheets, and trust me, it's true. They're crafted from premium viscose from bamboo, meaning they're buttery soft, cooling, and moisture-wicking, so you and your partner can enjoy a perfectly restful, dry sleep. They're so luxurious, Oprah chose them for her favorite things 7 years in a row. Experience the luxury risk-free with a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. Ready to upgrade your comfort connection? Visit CozyEarth.com and use my special code, ConnectionQuest, to save big on the best sleep of your life. That's CozyEarth.com. Code ConnectionQuest and start building your luxurious love.
That's such a simple yet effective approach, Zadie. I can see how that would diffuse the immediacy of a reaction and create room for more thoughtful responses. I remember in previous episodes, we've had similar discussions about slowing down our communication to improve understanding.
Exactly, Miku. Communication is not just about speaking. It's about understanding the context, the emotions, and even the silence in a conversation. Often, it's during these slower, more intentional exchanges that real connections happen.
And it leads to what I call response flexibility, having the adaptability in our emotional toolbox to choose our responses wisely rather than being prisoners of our reactions.
That's a great point, Sadie. It reminds me of how, in a way, we're all just practicing artists, getting better at mastering the art of non-reaction. It's not about perfection, but progress.
Yes, progress over perfection is such a healthy mindset to have, especially in relationships. Embracing the fact that we can all learn and grow from our experiences allows for tremendous personal and relationship growth.
And speaking of progress, I would love to hear from listeners. How have you worked through your reactions? Have you managed to turn a potentially explosive argument into a positive discussion with your partner? Share your stories with us.
Yes, we'd love to hear your experiences. You can send your stories or tips to us on our social media or through email. Thank you so much, Sadi and Bora, for being part of this enriching conversation today.
It was a pleasure, Miku. I always enjoy these conversations because there's always something new to learn.
I'm glad to have been a part, Miku. It's vital we keep discussing these subjects that can positively transform our relationships.
Thank you for joining us, listeners. Remember, you have the power to choose how you respond to life's triggers. Until next time, keep nurturing those connections. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us on this leg of Connection Quest. Remember, connection isn't a destination. It's a journey you choose to take, one conversation, one understanding, one brave step at a time. If today's episode sparked something, share it with someone who might need it. Find show notes, resources, and ways to connect with our community at our website, connectionq.us. Also, check out our Connection Quest blog. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe wherever you listen to your pod. Until next time, keep nurturing the love you're building.